for your home and celebrations. My name is Gretchen, and today I'm celebrating Juneteenth. Yes, Juneteenth is now a federal holiday. I have to admit, I didn't know a lot about Juneteenth, but I did my research and I came across some facts that really made me sad. And of course, I'm always on a wing and a prayer, so it sent me praying. And the fact is, forgiveness is always the answer. And I think we know forgiveness is not just for the person who offended, but it's for us. So I'm celebrating. So let's go outside and see how I've decorated my patio. Juneteenth commemorates the day enslaved African Americans in Galveston, Texas learned they were free, June 19, 1865, although it was 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. When I decided to celebrate Juneteenth, also called Emancipation Day, Freedom Day, Liberation Day, or Jubilee Day, I tried to imagine what their celebration of freedom must have been like. As I complete my table setting, I will explain how I chose the items I used and what they represent for me. I'm using a brown burlap tablecloth to honor all the freed slaves who lay in unidentified graves and were never memorialized. Freed slaves were arrested for mostly petty or made-up crimes and jailed. We know many of them were lynched for the same reason. Judges and sheriffs sold them to giant corporate prison minds and local farmers directly from their courtrooms to complete their prison terms of hard labor. Many of them died. African Americans were the first called to fight, so I'm laying a red runner for the bloodshed of war and loss of life against the progress of freedom. I'm using these multicolored placemats because after the Civil War, freed slaves had multiple new freedoms, actively participating in voting, the political process, acquiring the land of former owners, seeking their own employment, and using public accommodations, including school. The burlap loop charger symbolized the loops African Americans had to go through for their freedoms. Events like the Tulsa Massacre in 1921 occurred across multiple cities in America. They were meant to deter progress of freedom. The black plate is the anchor for this setting as it stands out like us. Conventional histories believe slaves were unable to handle the emotional complexities of freedom because they had been conditioned by generations of bondage to become thieves, but we know who stole who. Contributions by African Americans have been numerous and vital to this country. I've highlighted some of them in my Black History video. I placed a small brown plate on top to remind me of our futures now. The small plate represents our children who need to share our past, present, and future. Napkins clean up messes. My napkins and candles display my Wing and a Prayer logo. Prayer changes things, and we know our ancestors prayed their way out. There's a passage written by Ralph Waldo Emerson and aligns with 1 John 4:4. It says, "What lies behind us and what lies before us become small matters when we really know what lies within us and what we are able to do because we know that greater is He that is in us than he that is in the world." There are place cards at each setting and recognizes a few people we must give honor to for the early progress we have reaped the benefits of in the strive for real freedom. I chose those people because they were educators, among the many others. I believe education is the path to any freedom. These pioneers are W.E. Du Bois, Booker T. Washington, Frederick Douglass Patterson, Nannie Helen Barrows, Ida B. Wells, and Carter G. Woodson. Forgiveness is the key to any reconciliation. When it is accompanied by acknowledgement, it's even more powerful. I hope you can draw some inspiration from what I've shared as we celebrate this new federal holiday. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. Happy Juneteenth!